Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode here on the Ironman profile. In today's episode, we're going to be completing one of the most tedious NPC quests I've honestly ever seen. This took me genuinely 8 hours to complete, so you guys are going to see what it looks like when you finally do complete it, if anyone decides to. It's kind of ridiculous, but it had to be done, and a bunch of other garden progress, so I'm really excited to jump right into this one. If you guys are new here, don't forget to go and leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you guys are. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. Super quickly though, if you do find yourself ever checking out on the Hypixel store, consider using my creator code Zach, that is ZACH. You will save 5% on your checkout if you put that code in, and it's a great way to support myself and the channel. I do greatly appreciate everyone who uses my code on a regular basis. You guys are amazing. Without further ado, let's get right into today's episode. So something I've been like kind of passively working towards the last, honestly, maybe I even started this yesterday, but this sheep. A royal resident, wow, you did it. I just recently finished the ridiculous count from 5,000. It's about 8 hours of just numbers, which is really great. You actually waited this long? Yes, I did. Is there a reward for doing this? I don't know if you get anything. But yeah, basically you need to talk to this NPC down here for like 45 minutes. And then you need to stand by the sheep for like 8 hours. So that was fun. But yeah, the main reason why I did this is actually so I can get the royal resident visitor in on my garden. And yeah, so that's honestly why I did this. Farming and Skyblock make you do weird things. I didn't think I'd stand and talk to an NPC for 8 hours, but here we are. I don't know how much more dialogue there is. Hopefully there's not much. This is actually the end. Okay, I'm glad to hear that. This is great news. I swear. Okay, just get it over with, man. Come on. He said my final goodbye. And sweet dreams. Royal conversation. Finished talking to the royal resident. My goodness, it is done. It's actually done. I'm finished. It's complete. I've talked to him. Okay, now hopefully he comes to my garden and I can check off the list as a unique visitor served, even though I can't really reach the next milestone. So all this is kind of for nothing. It's just one of those things that had to get done eventually. So figured I'd get it done, and now we can have the royal resident come and visit us, and hopefully he comes by soon. And we'll see what he wants. So, as some of you may know, I've had this Beth NPC sitting here for genuinely days. And there's good reason for it. She wants 79 enchanted red mushroom blocks, and I was farming mushrooms for my full fermento set. I needed 2 stacks of red mushroom blocks for that. But finally, I've been able to circle back, show a little bit of attention to the mushroom farm over there, and actually get 79 red mushroom blocks for Beth here. And Beth is actually probably one of the most important NPCs for the first little bit, actually. She won't be for me very soon, but I believe once you complete 4 offers from Beth, you get a talisman. You get the Jake's plush talisman, which is I believe either uncommon or rare accessory. So free talisman is always exciting. I mean, it's not too free based on the fact of how expensive this one is, and the reason why the rewards are so good on this one and the price is so expensive for the items required is this is pre-nerf to all this. Basically now NPCs and visitors ask for a lot less. They also give a lot less copper, way less farming XP, all that stuff. So what we are going to do, I was thinking about plopping this XP onto my golden dragon. It's really not going to make the biggest difference. So I actually figured I'd put it on my mushroom cow. It's level 61. It's my last farming pet. I need to get up to level 100. I know there's some people who've been telling me to accept visitors with my golden dragon. I will, just not this one. This is going to juice up my farming mushroom cow pet, and figured I may as well take advantage of that. But 1,385 copper, 182,000 farming XP, 75 garden experience, and this is our 3rd time accepting an offer from Beth. So here we go. Boom. Beautiful. Level 66. Okay, 5 levels from that. Honestly, that's kind of juicy. Let's go ahead and swap back to that. The note reads, not really sure what the number means yet, but I'm sure I'll figure it out soon enough. Okay, I'm assuming those are chords. Is it? I need to look it up quick. If it's 3 times or 4 times you have to do an offer from Beth, because now I'm a little bit confused. That kind of like leads me on to think it's 3, but we do have over 2,000 copper now, so we can finally go ahead and finish off our tier 6 crop upgrades that we unlocked at garden level 12. So 500 copper for wheat there. Go and do that. Carrots. Then we have potato, and then I should just have cocoa bean. There we go. All tier 6 crop upgrades. The next one we get is at garden level 13, and it's going to cost us 10,000 copper for all that. So that's going to be expensive, but I'm a very large amount away from that. So for the time being now, we can kind of start focusing on green thumb books again. This is the main one I'm going to go for. Dedication, I'll do afterwards, or if there's a certain crop I'm going to be doing a ton of. But based on the fact that you have a 1 in 14 chance to get a dedication 4 book from a librarian, green thumb is probably the most important one out of these, obviously. The only problem is it costs 1.5k copper per book. And right now we're sitting at, like, I've only gotten 5 of these things, and I need, what, 16 times 4? I need a stack of them, so yeah, a little bit ridiculous, but we're going to work towards it. It's like 100,000 copper for all that stuff, so kind of insane, but happy I was able to complete Beth. And let me go look up if it's 3 or 4 visits, and maybe it was 3 and we have something to go collect. So I looked on the wiki, and apparently there's like 2 parts to this. Basically, once I complete an offer from Beth 3 times, I have to come to this spot right here, and okay, what is this? You found a secret lab. Report this to Beth the next time you see her on your garden. Okay, what? I have never seen this before. What is going on here, bro? There's cows upside down. There's like, what is this? This cannot be sanitary. I don't know what's going on down here. I'm not about this life. Okay, so next time Beth comes, I basically just need to tell her about this spot. That's kind of interesting. This is very strange. Do I do anything down here? Okay, I actually wasn't expecting that. So basically now, next time Beth visits me, she will give me the Jake's plush talisman, I believe. Very, very strange stuff. And okay, I break the block and I'm out again, and I can just teleport down here whenever I want. That's kind of cool, right? I mean, definitely strange. Yeah, I just break that block and it teleports me here. I break this block and I think it TPs me out. Wow. Okay. The more you know. So I've been farming a bunch last night and more this morning, but not really sugarcane. I did sugarcane a couple of times, but mainly I've actually been farming pumpkin and melon. I actually have a large amount of each. As you can see, I've collected over 2 stacks of enchanted melon blocks, like since the last episode, as well as a ton of enchanted pumpkins. The pumpkins we're going to use for something, the melons not so much. These pumpkins I'm going to go ahead and turn into polished pumpkins. Let's see if we can actually put these into our personal compactor. Let's take out the melon blocks temporarily. We need 32 of these things. I want to go ahead and craft the Pumpkin Dicer 3.0. It goes up a rarity, and in return, we're going to end up with more farming fortune, which is always super nice from our reforge. So that's going to be really good. There we go. 32 polished pumpkins exactly. Let's go ahead and take our Pumpkin Dicer 2.0. We're going to surround it with 32 polished pumpkins like so. And there it is. Pumpkin Dicer 3.0. It ups the rarity. So we're going to go from getting 13 farming fortune from our reforge on this one to now getting plus 16. So an extra 3, but I mean, honestly, it all adds up. So let's go ahead and do that. Boom. And there we go. Now while we're holding this thing, we get 956 farming fortune, rocking the Rancher boots and the 3 cores Fermento. So that's actually really good. I'm pretty happy with that. Now it's another max farming tool. The only thing I actually need to do this thing is recom it, and then it's, I would say, fully maxed besides cultivating 10. So yeah, pretty happy about that, not gonna lie. Also, I don't have dedication on this. I just realized that's kind of a grief. I don't have dedication on my melon dice either. That's also kind of a grief, but I don't really have the copper to invest into that at the moment. Another thing that I did, though, since the last clip that you guys saw where we finally finished the kind of mini quest for the royal resident, is now I've seen every single one, and I've completed every single visitor except for the spaceman, which you don't unlock until garden level 15. So currently we're sitting at how many? 70, let's see, 77 unique visitors served, and there's 78 in total in the game. So really close to having that done. Obviously just need to wait for the spaceman to visit once we hit garden level 15, and garden level 15 is a good ways away. As you can see, though, I'm 16% to garden level 13, so some progress is being made, and I'm actually getting really close to being able to unlock another plot. I need like 48 more composts, and I can do so. So that's pretty exciting as well. Not sure which one we'll go for. Maybe this one in the center, and I can just connect these 2 type of plots, or maybe I'll go further to the side. I really haven't decided yet. That's probably the one I'm leaning towards, though, and then we can start working on the outside plots. These things start to get pretty expensive. I do really want to do some composter upgrades. It's just that I think Green Thumb is going to be more important for us rather than our compost at the moment. I mean, we have so many plots, it's really nice, but I think Green Thumb's going to be more beneficial. But at the same time, you could argue that getting compost faster will be better because you get 3 farming fortune per plot. So I have like 30 farming fortune, 33 farming fortune locked behind plots I haven't unlocked yet. So kind of hard to say, but I don't know. I'm pretty happy with our setup right now. Also, something that isn't truly farming related, but I feel like it's interesting and kind of needed to be said because this is kind of information that was just added to the Hypixel wiki that a few discords are kind of announcing about. They added another fairy soul, and you might be thinking, well, that's not too crazy. But basically now you'll be able to actually upgrade the next tier of like claiming 5 fairy souls at the same time. It doesn't say it in game yet, but there's people who have found the fairy soul as well as it's saying it on the wiki now. And you might be wondering where to get it. Basically, it's by fishing in the fairy grotto. For those of you who didn't know, you can actually get a really rare fairy soul by having a chance to fish one up in the fairy grotto. That's actually the one fairy soul that I'm missing right now. Now you can fish up 2. So it might actually be worth doing because when you claim those, you actually get some Skyblock XP. So actually, let's run over to the Tia the Fairy and see how much is the next claim. I think it's +5 always, right? But let's just double check. +10 Skyblock XP. Okay, that's actually pretty good. But yeah, so let me know if you think I should do this for an episode soon. Do some fairy grotto fishing. I don't know. 10 XP, it adds up. It's not really the most important thing for me right now, but it's something that we could definitely do in a future episode. Back onto the topic of the garden though, what I have mainly been farming all these melons and pumpkins for isn't for melon and pumpkins. I mean, I wanted to get a pumpkin dice for 3.0, which I have done, but I need squash. I need 2 stacks of squash, and honestly, my rates have been pretty terrible. I'm gonna be honest. It feels like it's just going way slower compared to when I was going for squash armor, but to be fair, that definitely took a while too. I really farmed a ton of enchanted melon, or just melons in general, trying to get 80 squash. So it was a little bit tedious, but now I need 2 stacks of this stuff. And for anyone wondering what for, it's for the squash ring. I mean, this thing I just need to get my hands on. Grants 20 farming fortune when breaking wheat, carrots, potatoes, melons, pumpkins, and cocoa bean, compared to the previous tier, the Crappie Talisman, which grants +10 farming fortune when breaking wheat, carrots, and potatoes. And then once we have that, I'm like over halfway towards having all the materials needed for the Fermento artifact. So I should be able to upgrade it relatively quickly once we do finally get enough squash. But then the Fermento artifact is what we need, obviously, which grants +30 farming fortune when breaking any crops. That definitely adds up. I mean, having that when we're going for money from sugarcane or money from any other crop, it's just going to be really nice. So really want to get my hands on that before we start working on growing a balance. That's kind of the goal, I guess. But yeah, I've just been using the bottom 3 layers of the old mega farm, and it's okay. It's not infinite by any means. I'll do like the pumpkin all the way down, then swap over to the melon, and then back to the pumpkin, back to the melon. I've just constantly been going back and forth. And in return, though, I am getting pretty close to some crop milestones. If we go and check those out, pumpkin pretty close to milestone 21, which is pretty good. And then melon, we're 51% to milestone 26, which is a little bit ridiculous. Still need to farm like 5 million melon for that, so that's kind of insane. And then this morning I also hit sugarcane milestone 25, so pretty nice stuff. Still need to finish off a couple of other ones if we want to get our garden level up there, but progress is slowly but surely being made. So that is going to do it for today's episode of the Ironman profile. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to go and leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new around here. Don't forget to use code Zach when checking out on the Hypixel store to save yourself 5%. And if you want to stay up to date to everything on the Ironman profile, don't forget to join my Discord, link in the description as always. And without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care and peace out.